Every hair transplant journey reflects a different experience. First, let's take a look at Rahul Chib as he shares his hair transplant experience.
Are you also experiencing hair loss for the past 4 to 5 years, and has it now progressed into visible baldness? If yes, then this transformation story might inspire you. Today, we bring you the journey of a patient who visited QHT Clinic to overcome his genetic hair loss, which had gradually advanced to baldness. At the time of consultation, he was diagnosed with grade 3 vertex baldness. His hairline had significantly receded into M-shaped pattern, a classic presentation of male pattern baldness, giving the frontal corners a visibly sparse look. However, the central frontal zone and mid-scalp still retained strong, healthy hair follicles and did not require any intervention. The crown area, though, showed signs of reduced volume and thinning. On a positive note, he had a good donor area, rich with healthy follicular units, an ideal condition for achieving natural and long-lasting transplant results. If you're also noticing hair loss, you can simply share your pictures with us. Our doctors will help you understand your current stage and tell you whether you need a hair transplant or not. Now let's hear from the patient why he opted for the hair transplant and what brings him at the QHT clinic.
My name is Rahul Chip. I'm from Jammu and I'm 31 years old. I've been living in New Zealand from last 10 years. About the baldness, I think it was probably around 4 or 5 years ago when I started feeling that I've started losing hair, and I didn't try too much stuff. Probably tried some medications like biotin, but it didn't work. Then I thought maybe I can use some hair oil. It's gonna help. Nothing helped because I think it runs in my family because my father, his hairline is probably like mine or probably worse than mine. I thought maybe it's in my genes, in our genetics, but my brother's fine. He has full head hair. I contacted the team of QHT and they recommend, they asked me to send a few photos of my hairline and from few different angles because they want to see if it's the crown or the hairline, because they wanted to see your face and they wanted to take up like a wild guess that how many grafts it's gonna be for you. So I send them a few photos and they recommend me it's probably gonna be around between 3,000 to 3,200. It can be more, it can be less because it's just on the phone and you have to be present. That's when they can tell you exact amount of the grafts. I'm started losing my hair. I think I should get a hair transplant. My mom and dad, they said that it looks fine because for parents, you always look fine. So I think it's just for your own peace of mind. If you want to get it, maybe you should talk to them. Maybe you should explain them that a lot of people getting hair transplant and it's completely safe. If you go to a good clinic, you see a good doctor like QHT. But yeah, so it's gonna start today. So I'm gonna be here at QHT today and tomorrow. I'll probably update you guys soon after my surgery, so stay tuned.
After a detailed assessment, our experts designed a customized hairline, tailored specifically to suit the patient's facial anatomy and age-appropriate aesthetics. The placement of the hairline was carefully determined by measuring from the glabella point, ensuring perfect facial symmetry and a naturally balanced appearance. In addition to the hairline, the receded frontal zones were clearly marked to define the areas requiring restoration. The crown vertex region was separately encircled, allowing for precise planning of graft distribution and density based on the level of thinning. This precise planning helps in achieving natural results. Now let's hear from the patient about his after-surgery experience.
Hi guys, I've just finished my surgery. I started yesterday. They did slit making yesterday and did half of a grafts on my head yesterday, and I came back again today. So they finished my surgery today. It was pretty much smooth surgery. We had a little bit of pain, but otherwise there's no like big pain that you can feel when you're screaming. It's just normally a little bit tingling feeling that most of your head is numb. And there's only some parts in your head that you can feel with the needle pain. Apart from that, everything was pretty smooth. Doctors were very professional. Nurses and the other staff was pretty helpful, looking after you all the time, taking you to the make sure they're gonna take you to the bathroom, giving you water and some food so you don't feel dehydrated and hungry. But overall, for me, I think it was a pretty much. So in my case, they did a pre-check before, took my photos and everything, and they let me know how many grafts I need, and they said I need 3,200 grafts. As you can see, I just finished my surgery like 25 minutes ago. You can see the front of my head and the crown. So yeah, it's pretty much smooth, but you can probably see a little bit of swelling probably gonna come on my face. But apart from that, there's no other experience I'm having at the moment. But if you do plan a surgery, you're coming by yourself, I suggest after the surgery you should stay here at least a day or two. So because you do gonna get a little bit of swelling or something, and I don't recommend traveling by yourself. So if you do come here by yourself, after the surgery, I think stay at least a day and then you can go home. I'll probably upload some videos, or I'll see you guys in the next video with my results. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great, but I can't wait to show you guys. Thanks, QHT.
Once the hairline design was finalized, the surgical procedure was initiated with precision and planning. The first step involved the creation of pre-made slits in the recipient area. These slits serve as the foundational sites for follicle implantation, ensuring precise angulation, natural direction, and optimal density. In the hairline zone, our surgeons implanted single and thin hair follicles to add volume and density in the frontal area. Double and triple follicular units were implanted. These multi-hair grafts provide the required thickness and coverage without compromising on naturalness. For the crown, vertex region, the grafts were implanted in a swirl pattern, replicating the natural whirl and restoring volume with a natural flow. The direction and angle of each graft were carefully adjusted to match the natural hair growth pattern of the crown. In this case, a total of 3,200 grafts were implanted, all carefully extracted from the patient's safe donor zone, ensuring minimal scarring and maximum graft survival. This is just the beginning of his hair restoration journey. In the coming 4 to 5 months, the initial signs of new hair growth will start to appear, gradually transforming his look. If you're also struggling with hair loss and wish to take the first step towards a natural and permanent solution, now is the right time. Book your consultation with our experienced hair transplant specialists today.
Now moving on to Amit, whose progression highlights a naturally evolving appearance.
Is hair loss only a sign of aging, or is genetics the only culprit? Many people believe that hair loss isn't a serious concern until visible bald patches appear or the hair becomes extremely thin. But that's just a myth. Norwood grade 2 baldness is a crucial stage where the hairline starts to noticeably recede. In today's video, we will share the 5-month journey of one of our patients who faced the challenges of Norwood grade 2 baldness and got his hair back. At this early stage of baldness, the hairline had receded beyond the peak point, disrupting the natural facial frame. It had changed into an M shape, affecting the frontal area. However, the frontal tuft still had visible hair, which reduced the overall fullness. Thankfully, the rest of the scalp was thick and strong hair. Additionally, the patient's donor area was also much denser and stronger, making it perfect for the transplant. Stay tuned for an amazing transformation, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more upcoming videos. Let's start. The hairline process is a crucial part of the hair transplant process. That's why our experts conduct a detailed scalp analysis before designing a custom-shaped hairline based on the patient's facial features. The hairline was placed slightly lower in the middle and marked at a precise distance of exactly 7 cm from the glabella point. At the same time, the affected frontal area was also properly outlined so that a balanced and natural look was achieved. During the procedure, our experts implanted single and thin hair follicles in the hairline zone so that a soft and natural look was achieved and blended seamlessly with the patient's facial features. This technique not only enhanced the natural density but also created a refined and aesthetically pleasing hairline. Double and triple hair follicles were implanted in the affected frontal area to add volume and density, bringing back the fullness and vigor of the region. In this case, a total of 2000 grafts were implanted, which were carefully extracted from the patient's safe donor zone. One month after the transplant, when our patient visited the clinic for his first follow-up PRP session, our experts noticed around 60% shedding on his scalp. And at the same time, his donor area was completely healed. Two months post-transplant, the transplanted hair had completely shed, which is a normal part of the hair growth cycle. During this phase, the patient's roots settle and native hair starts to grow stronger. Many patients become anxious at this stage, but they should remain calm as this is a natural part of the transplant process that helps to achieve good results. At the same time, the donor area had also completely healed. Four months after the transplant, growth had begun in the transplanted areas, with the native hairs naturally merging with the transplanted ones. The hairline had taken shape, framing the face beautifully. The scalp had filled in with new hair, resulting in a fuller and more natural appearance. In the upcoming months, we were expected to see even better results with continued growth and improvement in density. Five months after the transplant, the results were outstanding. The hairline was now perfectly fully defined and framing the patient's facial features. Also, the frontal area had gained voluminous density, enhancing his appearance and restoring a youthful and vibrant look. The entire scalp was covered with lush, voluminous growth, showcasing the seamless integration of transplanted and native hairs. This transformation not only boosted the patient's confidence, but also completely transformed his overall appearance. He was now able to choose his preferred haircut and style. This early growth varies from patient to patient. This is the journey of our patient who went from Norwood grade to baldness to a fuller, natural looking hairline and improved frontal area. If you are looking to transform your look from bald to young and energetic, book an appointment with our expert team.
Next, we move to another patient journey where the gradual improvement becomes clearly noticeable.
Many people believe that hair transplants are only for those who are completely bald, but that is a common myth. The truth is, early intervention not only helps slow down hair loss, but also leads to a far more natural and impactful transformation. One such inspiring case is that of our young patient who, in his early adulthood, was already facing the challenges of diffuse grade 3A baldness. His hairline had not only completely receded, but had also formed a deep M shape, with his temples almost entirely vanished, leaving his frontal zone severely compromised. Gradually, thinning also became visible in the mid-scalp region, which began to noticeably impact his overall appearance. Fortunately, his donor area was in healthy condition, a crucial factor that played a key role in his successful hair transplant journey and marked the beginning of his transformation and regained confidence. If you are facing early hair loss, then do not wait any longer. Take the first step. Today, book your expert consultation now and start your journey towards confident, healthy hair restoration. After a detailed scalp analysis, our experts designed a customized hairline that perfectly complements the patient's facial features. The hairline included a subtle central dip measured precisely from the glabella point to ensure symmetry and natural balance. To restore the complete facial frame, the temples were also carefully designed in alignment with the hairline. Other recipient areas were strategically marked to ensure optimal graft distribution and uniform density across the scalp. This meticulous planning laid the foundation for a natural, dense, and aesthetically pleasing transformation. Ready to restore your hairline and confidence? Book your consultation today and take the first step towards a natural transformation. Our experts strategically implanted single fine hair follicles in the hairline zone. The same follicles were applied in the temples to create a soft, natural-looking frame. For added density and volume, double and triple follicular units were used in the frontal area and selected mid-scalp regions. A total of 3,900 grafts were implanted, all carefully extracted from the patient's safe donor zone, ensuring long-term sustainability and optimal coverage. Ready to take the first step towards fuller, natural-looking hair? Book your consultation today and let our experts craft a personalized treatment plan just for you. 30 days after the transplant, when the patient visited our clinic for the first follow-up PRP session, our experts observed that around 50% of the transplanted hairs had shed, which is a completely natural and expected part of the hair growth cycle, known as the shedding phase. The most promising sign was that the donor area had healed completely. At this stage, PRP therapy plays a crucial role by improving blood circulation, reactivating hair follicles, and accelerating new hair growth, ensuring a smoother and more effective recovery. Shedding phase is a normal period. Stay consistent with PRP for faster, better results. Book your follow-up now. 90 days after the transplant, when the patient came in for their follow-up PRP session, our experts observed early signs of visible hair growth on the scalp. The hairline and temples had started to frame the face beautifully, enhancing overall facial symmetry. Even the frontal zone showed noticeable improvement in density. This progress is especially encouraging as it follows the natural shedding phase, a normal and temporary part of the hair growth cycle. Now that this phase had passed, the foundation was set for denser, healthier growth in the coming months. At 180 days post-transplant, the patient's transplanted follicles had started maturing steadily, giving the hairline and temples a well-defined and structured appearance. Noticeable growth was clearly visible across the frontal and mid-scalp regions where the transplanted hairs had blended seamlessly with the native ones, creating an impressively natural look. The donor area had also healed completely with no visible scarring, a testament to our experts' refined extraction technique. With each passing PRP session, the results continued to improve. The hair looked stronger, shinier, and denser. It is important to remember that every patient's recovery and growth journey is unique and depends on individual factors. As of now, we have results up to 180 days, and we will continue sharing the patient's progress with you in the coming months to keep you updated on this inspiring transformation. If you're ready to transform your look from bald to young and energetic, book your appointment with our expert team today.
And finally, our next patient, whose overall transformation reflects a clean and confident look.
Today we are excited to share the 6-month progress of our patient who faced the challenges of diffuse grade 6 baldness. This condition had caused a receding hairline in a typical M shape, resulting in sparseness along the sides of the frontal area and miniature follicles in the frontal tuft. The rest of the frontal area and mid-scalp were also thinned, with the crown region severely affected. These factors contributed to a more mature appearance, making him look older than his actual age. Fortunately, his donor area had healthy and strong hair follicles, which we utilized to achieve an impressive transformation. Our experts crafted a custom-shaped hairline according to the patient's facial features. The hairline was designed slightly lower in the center and positioned precisely at 6.9 cm from the glabella point. In addition to the hairline, we outlined the remaining affected areas, extending from the frontal region to the crown. Given the healthy follicles already present in the mid-scalp, we marked it for light density enhancement to ensure a natural blend with the existing hair. This strategic approach allows us to achieve both fullness and a seamless natural transition across the scalp. During the procedure, our experts employed advanced techniques to ensure a natural and seamless result. In the hairline zone, single and thin hair follicles were carefully implanted to create a soft, natural look while avoiding any pluggy appearance. Moving into the frontal area, double and triple hair follicles were strategically implanted to enhance volume and density, giving the hair a fuller and more robust appearance. The mid-scalp was treated with a light density to blend smoothly with the healthy existing follicles. For the crown region, we paid special attention to angle and direction, implanting follicles at varied angles to replicate a natural swirl pattern, enhancing depth and realism. A total of 5,500 grafts were implanted in this case, all sourced from the patient's safe donor zone and beard area. One month post-transplant, the patient returned to the clinic for his scheduled PRP follow-up session. During this visit, our experts observed that approximately 50% of the transplanted follicles had entered the natural shedding phase. Additionally, the donor area showed impressive healing. At 2.5 months post-transplant, the patient remained in the shedding phase, which is a typical stage where the transplanted follicles temporarily shed to prepare for new, stronger growth. While this process was ongoing, his native existing follicles were actively growing. His hairline had developed a defined and natural look, perfectly framing his facial features and adding structure to his appearance. The frontal area gained a noticeable boost in volume, creating a fuller, youthful look. While the density across the mid-scalp had increased significantly, blending seamlessly with the existing hair. In the crown region, the newly implanted follicles were forming a natural-looking swirl pattern, adding depth and realism to the back of his scalp. Though he had achieved approximately 80% of the expected density by this stage, the results were transformative. His overall appearance looked revitalized and he radiated a youthful energy. We will keep you updated on his journey and share more progress in the coming months. So stay tuned to witness the full transformation. In the meantime, if you are considering a similar solution, now is the perfect time to book a consultation with our experts and take the first step towards restoring your hair and confidence.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, अगर आपने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और ध्यान रहे बेल आइकन दबाना ना भूलें, जिससे हमारे हर वीडियो का अपडेट आपको समय समय पर मिलता रहेगा।